Hello and welcome to Pick a Card Reading. Let us start your reading by pulling out cards which you can uh, choose from. We'll start with card 1. You have the summer card. Let's see what your summer card talks about. What is the summer card? Well, in the northern hemisphere, we are in the midst of summer in some parts of the world, and in some we are just stepping into it, right? So see what. So I think this card is telling you what you can expect this summer. All right. So let's get a little more meaning into this card. What is the summer card about? The Lovers, which is also choices. It could also be romantic relationships. 10 of Wands and 5 of Swords. So I think it's about this summer will see you choosing, making choices, whether it is in relationships or whatever, you need to choose from currently as you're watching this reading. And because I think it's become quite a burden for you to continue with something, be it a relationship, be it anything you chose in the past. All right. So whatever you chose in the past somehow seems to seems to be a bit burdensome now for you. You feel that you don't want to carry the weight of whatever you chose in the past, right? And I think you just would like to, because it's not a people connected with that are not very fair. They are a little, they're not, let's say, they kind of lack integrity, and they're not very honest, they're not very upright, they're not very forthcoming. They are even the people who kind of tend to put you down, people who have a dig at your expense. They laugh, they have they crack jokes on you, things like that, so which is very distressing. I mean, if you have the option, which I think you do, to move away from people, to move away from groups, to move away from situation which make you feel like that, because I think being a part of that group, being a part of even, could be a family for some of you, is, you feel that it's a big burden now, and you wouldn't want to, continue with it. You want to move away from them. All right. So I think that is what, you're standing maybe at the crossroads, and in this summer you will finally make your choice about, whether you would like to finally move away, because they are very strong feelings within you that, you don't, that putting up with these people is becoming a big burden for you. So let's get some cards for this. You've got the Garden. It talks of, this is a garden is conventionally a place where, we sit and meet people. It's a place where we also, can go by ourselves also, but it's a community, it's an open common space where you do tend to meet a lot of people. So yes, it does reinforce the fact that, that it is about, people you meet, people you are in contact with, or some group you're associated with. And it's not it's basically a card of group energies, but unfortunately these group energies are not very positive, they're not very harmonious, and they don't seem to work in your interest. Let's see what these two cards are about. You have got the Rider. It's about time you take a decision. And yes, it's, I think the summer is calling you to put an end to your burdens, to put an end to your confusion, to put an end to, whatever you are deciding, between this and that, to and fro, back and forth. It's about time you take a decision, because right now you're, in that you're not moving as depicted by this card, right? And but somewhere inside, I feel you do want to put an end to this being a little indecisive, and finally putting an end to the situation, and see what you want to do, whether you want to continue with it or whether you want to put an end to it and move away from it. Right, so here even when we see the placement of these cards, we see this person, back towards, their back is turned towards the grave. They're moving away from here. They've put something to rest, and now they're moving into the garden, which is a better place. I mean, see the imagery over here, and when we see the energy of the card, the reading, the way the spread is, you're moving away from sadness, grief, cold. It's a cold time in your life, and you're moving towards something which is more abundant, which is more comforting, which is very lush, which makes you feel very happy and pleasant. So I think the drift of the reading is to move towards something which makes you happy. Don't stay in sadness, grief, out in the cold, feeling sad, feeling bad. Move away into something which is I think the opportunity is coming your way where you can choose a lot of a better scenario for yourself, something which is more abundant, something which makes you very happy. Open spaces, garden, flowers, all that is a far better sight in front of our eyes than a grave or a graveyard, right? So let's see what messages your higher self is giving you. Your own body is a manifestation of God, and if you honor your body, everything will change for you. Practice giving love to every part of your body. This will plant seeds of love in your mind, and when they grow, you will love, honor, and respect your body. So here it is talking about love and nurture your body, primarily focusing on what makes you feel good, what makes you feel happy, doing things which nurture you, being in company which nurtures you. This is very similar to this card. If you see, so much beautiful growth happening here, so much beautiful growth happening here. Summer is a time for again, flowers to blossom and bloom. So I think it's all pointing in the direction of moving towards something where you do feel abundant, where you feel prosperous, where you feel happy, loved, nurtured. You're doing this for yourself, not for anybody, because probably this current scene is very demanding. You feel exhausted, drained, tired, and burdened, and you have the option coming up for you, which is more which is blossoming, which is abundant, which is beautiful. Take action on your ideas. So yes, I think you are, whenever you've seen this reading, you have been thinking about this thing, this entire scenario, and you would like to move away from it. The seeds have already been planted in your head quite some time back, and I think if you've chanced upon this reading, it is just confirming that yes, now you finally need to take action, honor yourself. You've got a lot of cards which are telling you to focus on what makes you feel good, what nurtures you, what makes you feel nice. It's all about yourself, not about this group of people. So don't think so much about them, think about yourself. See how you feel in their midst. Explore the choices you have. I think you have the options, you have the ability to choose, you have opportunities waiting for you which can take you away, which are presenting themselves so that you are able to leave this particular group. Otherwise, sometimes there are times when we do stay stuck for a while, but I think now the opportunity is ripe. The universe is also creating space for you to move into something better. It is giving you an opportunity to move away, and when you find the opportunity, it would be a good idea to move away, because this is something which is really not suiting your mental, physical, emotional well-being, and you have got an opportunity to move into something which gives you all these things, which makes you feel healthy in mind, body, emotions, as well as spirit. Alright, because you've got a lot of cards about focusing on yourself. Your ideas are divinely timed, well timed, divinely guided. Opportunities are lining up for you to move away and move into something better. So all those who chose card 1, I'll wrap up your reading with that. Let's move on to card 2. Card 2 is business venture. talks of finances, talks of new business ideas, new business opportunities, business plans. Let's see what your card is about. And any plans you are having of starting a business, expanding your business, ways of making money for yourself, in an independent venture, joint venture, whatever, but something where you're working for yourself. So let's see what this card is about. What is, can we get some details into this? Again, Lovers card here, choices for you, Queen of Wands, and you've got the Page of Swords. So you have, I think, an opportunity has presented itself to you, whoever, for all those who have chosen this card. So there is an opportunity for you, and it's time to be, take charge of the situation. I would say that, it talks of, believing in yourself, feeling and getting that confidence that you are able to, take on this opportunity for yourself. And to have that confidence, I think you have that confidence, you are very enthusiastic, feeling very creative, inspired about this idea, and you would like to take it in forward. But however, I think there's a little confusion playing on in your mind. There is a lot of excitement and enthusiasm about this idea which you've got, but I think the clarity hasn't yet come how to proceed with it. The energy is very much in place, the opportunity is almost there for you, but how you need to go about it, I think that is something which is which needs to be a little more clear. I think the ideas and the thought process needs to clear up a little to give you the right step, as the first step. Clouds, yes, there is a little bit of confusion prevailing regarding this situation. Clover, but you got good luck coming up for you and the child. So this card, these cards are talking of children can also signify new beginnings, or let's start off a project. You've got a lot of butterflies here and you have butterflies here. So I think the situation is going to change, the light is going to shine, will dispel these clouds, because this clover is a card of, is a sign of good luck. So there is good time coming for you, which is going to it's going to be very, very, I would say this is something which the universe is giving to you, to dispel your confusion. You'll probably get a brainwave, out of the blue something will strike you, and the whole scenario of confusion is going to change and you will get your clarity. I think just continue focusing on sometimes when we have this brainstorming session with ourselves or with somebody else, and the more we keep churning it in our head, we finally get that one thought which we which is meant for us. So I think if you can continue being in that process of seeing what is that one thought which is going to be your focus, and it's going to clear up everything, and then you will I mean, that is going to be your moment of good luck. Everything is going to change regarding what your business venture was. Change as in all the confusion will get dispelled. You will know exactly what to take on and how you want to proceed with it. So here you see this child is trying to catch so many butterflies. It's the same thing as this card. There are so many butterflies, but which one does she actually focus on? Which one does she catch? She's probably running here and there and trying to see, so that is probably your situation, all over the place, not knowing where to start and what to go towards. So I think the moment you focus on which butterfly you want to chase, and finally just like catch it in the net, that is exactly what your situation is. Soon you will figure out, there will be one thought which will come out a lot strongly in your mind. It will keep coming back to you over and over again, and finally you will realize that this is one thing which comes up time and again. And I think that is when you will realize that this is what is something which needs to which requires a lot more thought, and you can start working on that, and that is where you will find your path to walk on. So continue with this little bit of mental churning and turning ideas and situations upside down to see what is it that is constantly calling out to you. Guidance for you is cultivate faith, yeah, and do trust in your do trust the process, that though you might be in a little bit of confusion right now, but through this, that one thought is going to come out. It will come out. It is signified by this reading that one thought will come out, and just trust it, and cultivate it. Cultivate faith, that is cultivate faith. That means that whatever has come to you, that particular idea which seems to keep coming back to you again and again, just trust that it is it is very valid. It requires your attention, it requires your thought, it requires more thought, more effort. The universe is telling you to explore that idea to the fullest. Take your life and enjoy it. Yeah, it's, I mean, create what you want to create and have fun while doing so, because choose this is also talking about choosing something which makes you feel very happy. So in case you have a few options and you wonder which one should you which one should you follow, do bear in mind which one makes you happy. Of all the thoughts, all the options in front of you, it would be a good idea to start exploring something which really kind of makes you happy the moment you think about it, and then take it on from there. Realize the power of your word. Yes, it's all about creating what you want to create. So when you are talking to yourself, when you are talking about your idea to yourself, just just observe the words which flow out of your mouth, and then that will again give you a clue what you want to do, what you want to create, which direction you want to go to, which thought you want to work on, which is the thought which is always pulling your attention, which thought is also speaking to you. You're also speaking to yourself, your thoughts are also speaking to yourself. So a good idea would be to see which thought continues to speak to you and which thought makes you really happy regarding this business venture. Which is that line, which is that field which keeps calling out to you, which keeps making you feel so happy. That would be a good place to start exploring. That would be a good option to start exploring and see where it takes you. So you have luck on your side, viewer. The confusion is there while you're watching this reading, but very soon you are going to, the whole thing is going, that confusion is going to get dispelled. It's going to transform, and you will find that absolutely appropriate butterfly you want to, just catch for yourself in your net, and later on, of course, set it free. So it is just, a little bit of, that feeling of happiness of running around in an open place. What do I follow? It is symbolic. It's not literal that one should be catching butterflies. I'm not for that, but it is very symbolic of running around, chasing something and just enjoying, it's like playing catch, right? So something like that. Have fun while you're exploring your ideas. Have fun, exploring the ground which is giving you so many options. See what draws you to it, which butterfly feels you would like to run after it a little more and play a little game of chasing and catching, but with the intention of having fun, not with the intention of harm or whatever. So I think it's time that you just see what keeps calling out to you, what responds to you most, and what you respond to most, and then follow through with that. So I'll wrap up the reading for card 2. And let's move on to card 3. Your desire is within reach. All those who have drawn this card, your desire is within reach, and you need to just keep your faith in that it is going to happen, it is going to get accomplished, and things are working in your favor. All right, so let us see your let's take a look at what do you need to do to in this time till things are working behind the scenes for you, or they are on their way but not reached you. So it's a good idea to keep our energy level high so that we don't get disappointed or pessimistic that it's not happening, it won't happen, and spiraling down a little bit with our thoughts. So whilst you're waiting for this, let's see what the tarot is telling you to do, so that you keep yourself motivated, stay happy, stay optimistic, and just bide your time happily till this comes to you. Balance, Six of Cups, and awakening. So I think you just need to balance your time a little bit to keep yourself happy in a childlike in a childlike way. And this awakening card, which is the Hangman card, is also a card of waiting, of seeing a different perspective to things. So while you are waiting, it would be a good idea to change your perspective to see that what is this waiting period bringing for you. Probably you need to balance something about your past, maybe, or you need to balance your time and this waiting time with doing activities which are fun filled and very childlike, and which make you happy, for the sake of making you happy. Because children don't do things with an intention, they do things, everything they do, all activities, games, etc., are done just because it makes them happy. So it would be a good idea to balance this waiting period with doing things which just make you very happy. All right, and taking a different course than you normally would. So maybe you have experienced waiting periods before, and then you realize that every time you have to wait, it just kind of pulls you down. So here you're getting an opportunity to figure out that when you really start investing in activities and which make you feel very happy, which have a feeling of childlike joy and cheerfulness, then this waiting time is also, you can pass through this in a happier state, in positive mode, in an optimistic mode, and always keeping yourself happy and not tying ourselves down with the fact that when my wish is fulfilled or when my desire reaches fruition, then I will be happy. Here the universe, you got two major arcana cards, which are powerful cards. They are cards of universal energy, cosmic energy, which is trying to teach you that don't wait for a thing to be in your hand so that you feel happy. We need to be happy all the time, and if something is not coming our way, it is coming our way, this is guaranteed by this card. But while while it is reaching you, use that time also to stay happy. Let us not be happy only when we get things our way, only when we have them in our hand. That whatever is supposed to come will inevitably come, and a time is written for that. But life is about enjoying and being happy. Not enjoying, but yes, spending most of our time in a light, happy and optimistic way. Not getting bothered and not getting unhappy, why is it not coming? Whatever will come, it's written when it is going to come. And that is a bit of a spiritual awakening for you, that yes, everything has its own time, everything has its own place, everything will happen at its own time. But what we should not squander our time and energy while waiting for it. We must put that time and energy also to use, which makes us happy and joyful, and creative also. So let's get a little more on your. And by doing this, you will keep a balance within your energy as well. You will not be feeling, it will maintain a balance, that even though at the back of your mind you're waiting for something, at least when you are doing things which make you happy, constructive hobbies, any activities, it is also adding to you, to your experience, to your knowledge. So the time never goes waste, because if you're using it in productive activities, you yourself are learning and growing and experimenting with things. So you never know that what you are doing at this point in time, where it is going to lead you in future. And that is how you balance your waiting and learning. So while you're waiting for something to come, you're also learning new things, you're also practicing some of your skills which probably you didn't want to do some time back because you did not have time, right? So whatever it is, just keep your energies flowing positively. Clover, you've got the clover. I mean, tide is going to turn for sure. This is a card of, it signifies good luck. The bear. and you've got the child. So it all talks of, see, the bear has got something, it's already caught the fish, right? So it's not that you have, you do not know what to do with your time. It's again emphasizing you've got child here and children here. Just be happy, do whatever you have with you. It is enough. You can do a lot with what you already have. Maybe you have a lot of talents, you have a lot of skills, you have a lot of abilities. It's, I think, I just get a very strong feeling that, when you work on those talents and skills which are inherent in you, you will see how things are going to turn for you. And just, like I mentioned, happy like children, just enjoying your time, doing what you want to do with it. It's going to bring about a beautiful balance in your energy. You will realize you already have so much. At least you have enough for, enough, skills to work on, enough time to do what you want to do. Because this bear does show, this card does show the bear having a fish. It has got what it wanted, it has achieved something. So it's not that, you don't have anything, you have plenty. It's a good idea to just go back and see, what is the thing which draws you and what you would like to, focus a little more time and energy on. And just, to do it for the sake of being happy, because it makes you happy. No other reason. No other reason except that it makes you very happy when you're probably, doing that activity, whatever it is, whatever it is. Right? So let's get a little guidance for you. Your word is the power that you have to create. It is a gift that comes directly from God. Realize the power of your word. So see, how you're talking to yourself, how you talk about your gifts and your talents and your abilities and your skills, right? You have a lot of creative energy. You can do what you want. It's a card of nurturing and growth. This beautiful plant over here, whatever you speak, probably at this point in time you will see that it magically happens, right? Because there's a lot of intention, there's a lot of purity, there is a lot of power in what you're speaking. So also see what you are speaking, what are you saying, because there is the ability for it to happen. So it would be a good idea to see that you're always speaking about things which are the best things for you and around you, right? So just be careful about what and how you are conversing. Refuse to eat emotional poison. Yes, I think it's a card of don't lower your emotional energies just because you're waiting, right? Don't spiral down into negative emotions, don't spiral down into pessimism and disbelief and giving up. I think you can speak words which will motivate you. You can speak positively to yourself, you can speak negatively to yourself. See, when you speak positively, everything is going to grow. When you speak negatively, this beautiful flower probably just gets scattered, it gets destroyed. So these cards are urging you to construct with your words, to affirm positive things and also feel them, not merely saying it, but focus on when you are speaking, when you are saying these affirmations. Observe the energy which is coming out of your mouth. It's going to make a big difference. All these experiences which these cards are suggesting, whether it is working on talents and skill, whether it is about speech and communication, all this is bringing about a lot of shifts in your perspective while you're waiting for something to come your way. This is quite an eye-opening time for you. You will realize a lot of things, while you are waiting for whatever to happen. So just see what this time is, bringing to your awareness. Maybe it's about communication, maybe it's about some, skills and talents which are lying buried, or just a time to make yourself to feel happy and joyous and cheerful. See what it is for you. But I think this is a very positive time if you use it and see how you can improve your waiting period and still keep your energy and motivation high, because what you are speaking, whether what you are constructing or what you are destroying, this time has a lot of potential, it has a lot of luck, it has the ability to change a lot of things. Somehow it does, because this is a card of fortune, it's a card of good luck. So just choose wisely, something which is more constructive, which is joyous and happy, rather than lowering your vibration. So I'll wrap up your reading with that. Let's move on to card 4. You have express your individuality. It's talking about, being very comfortable in your skin, being very comfortable with who you are, regardless of what anyone else, thinks, feels, says, right? And also, just expressing yourself in the way you would like to, not holding back on your opinion, your point of view, if you would like to express it, and to express what you really feel rather than talk about things which make you fit in a group or fit with the norm, even though you don't vibe with it, because then it comes across, because you're not being yourself, then you're being just another member of the group, of the family in general. So you have something in you, I think, which this card is telling you that you must allow it to come through, come forth and shine. Don't hold that back. You got Page of Wands. Yes, it is also about creativity. It's also about communication. It's always about following what makes you feel very happy, because it's a card of energy, it's a card of passion. So if you feel a certain way that you would like to express yourself through clothes, through speech, through activities, follow that inner creativity, that inner passion. Don't douse your fire, don't douse your energy trying to fit in. It doesn't really, it only makes you uncomfortable. Nobody else bothers. People are pretty much wrapped in themselves, to be considerate towards or even think about others, right? So just focus on what makes you happy and just follow your creativity and your passion. Five of Wands, I think you do get into a bit of your inner conflict regarding, how you want to project yourself. I mean, how you want to project yourself comes across that, you want to create an impression. Forget about how you're coming across. Just, be comfortable in your skin with what you're choosing for yourself and let go of this conflict. Oh, you got all 3 wands. Yes, your energy is, your energy is just waiting to get expressed. I think you're holding back a lot. You're holding back on your energy. You're not letting your true self come across. Here, if you see this, these are all illusions, right? Because these are all mirrors in which this person is seeing different angles of themselves. So these are just, so it's like, you're coming across as someone you are not, and you're an illusion to others. Illusion as in you do not present your real self, you don't let your real self shine, you're projecting someone else. You are you're coming across as someone you're not, and I think that douses your fire completely, right? So you need to follow your passion, you need to follow your creative energy, you need to express yourself in any way which you like, right? And only when you do that, I think you are also waiting to be yourself, I feel. All right, so this card is telling you that don't keep waiting to that maybe I'll do it later, no, do it now. Don't wait for anything, don't wait to be yourself, don't wait to express yourself the way you want to, don't wait to live the life the way you want to. Don't compromise on yourself all the time. Allow yourself to be who you actually are. You'll recognize yourself and see yourself very, very clearly, rather than an image of what you actually want to be. So let's get some more guidance for you on this. The Bear. Be happy with what you have. It is that is your inherent beauty and your inherent quality. You have everything. You don't need to be another person, you just need to be yourself. The Child. and the dog. It is, if you see the illustration on these cards, the dog has got something in its mouth and the bear has got something in its mouth, right? And here you have a child with a butterfly. It is saying that be honest with yourself, be faithful to yourself, love yourself. You're very nice the way you are, but you don't allow that to come out. You don't express that niceness. You don't express your true self. You have everything you have. You have whatever you have is just enough. You don't need to be somebody else. You don't need anything more. You need to have this transformation for yourself and come back into the spirit of joy and childlike happiness. I think pretending to be somebody else, trying to, be somebody else, putting on a little bit of a facade, hiding your true energy, hiding your true nature, I think it is doing you more harm than good, right? Because it is making you very uncomfortable. If you're watching this reading, you have been like that, and I think you're just waiting that, maybe some other time, maybe some other time. But here, because you've got Three of Wands, it is a card of the distance. Later, no, there's a lot of conflict going on within you regarding your own, the way you are, the way you want to be, in midst of people. So I think this reading is telling you to be faithful to yourself. You have everything going for you. You just need to bring about the change for yourself. And being this kind of a person who you really are not is something which does not make you happy. You don't vibe with it. That is not your true, authentic, honest, faithful self. You're being unfaithful to yourself by coming across as somebody else. This card is telling you to be faithful, honest with yourself, that this is not who you are. You're actually somebody else. And this reading is telling you to just tap into that somebody else. Love and nurture yourself, your body. So maybe you feel a little conscious about how you look and how you appear, but that is because you are giving into a definition which has been put by other people, and they are doing that for God knows what reason, right? I don't know what their motivation is to make those kind of statements. But if it so it's telling you to that that be happy in your skin, be happy with who you are, because the most important thing is to be happy with ourselves the way we are. Everybody does everything for themselves, to make themselves happy, and so should you. Because if you don't let your inner self be to come out in a most authentic and honest manner, it's going to be you'll always be caught in this situation of being somebody else, whereas you're somebody else inside. So it's about time to shine your light and hold your light with grace, with confidence, and a self-assurance, right? Let's get another card for you for guidance. Eliminate gossip. Yes, don't worry about what anybody has to say about you. I mean, I've noticed one thing, that no matter what we do, somebody will say something, right? So how many people are you going to cater to, and how many people are you going to listen to, right? And if somebody, everybody has shortcomings, everybody has drawbacks, right? There's some people, unfortunately, who can only see that. But that's not, we're not here for another person. We've come here for our own self, right? So it's about time that you discover yourself first and just present yourself in the way you would like to be, which makes you feel comfortable. See other people as they are. Yes, don't see people through a different lens, right? And in the sense that um, what other people are, right? So don't try and in the context of your reading, I would say don't try and fit into what other people, their perspective, their opinion, their way of appropriate, unappropriate, right, wrong, good, bad, tra la la. Just do what you feel is nice. Don't try to fit into anybody's rule book. Express yourself and be who you are, right? So I'll wrap up your reading with that. We'll move on to the last card. Healing, healed, and healer. A lot of healing energy. Everything is getting better for you. It's all improving, all taking a turn for the better. It's like balance is being restored, energy is being restored, healing is happening, we're feeling better in every which way. Right? Let's explore this. Let's see what this card is about. Eight of Pentacles. You've been working very hard and learning while working, right? Practicing your skills, devoting time exclusively to this task at hand. And you're very good at it, I would say. Queen of Cups. It's all about, love, compassion, and also very, very intuitive. It's all about nurturing through emotions, nurturing through your feelings. And you've got the King of Cups. So you've got, a balance of balanced and mature energies of emotions. However, if I look at the, that is just the what the cards say. But when we see it in the context of the reading, you see that, they are not seeing eye to eye. They've turned their back on each other. She's looking out into the sea. He's looking out onto the land. He's in a little bit of water and looking out at the land. She's in a little bit of the land but looking into the water. So there are, I feel there is some balance and healing coming into your emotional well-being, no doubt. You have been putting a lot of effort into healing yourself, into healing your emotions, into, you're probably doing a lot of alternative healing, energy healing, and working on, releasing a lot of clearing up your heart chakra, I would say. You've been working very hard on that. You're working very hard on getting a balance between your responsibilities and your feelings. You're trying to balance both. You want to get a good grip on being realistic, practical, yet not at the cost of your emotions. You are, realistic, practical, yet following your intuition, fulfilling your responsibilities and catering to how you feel about fulfilling your responsibilities. It's not always being responsible and being sensible. It's also about, feeling happy while doing that. This is a card, this reading is a lot about balancing emotions. Emotions versus responsibilities. Emotions versus duties. Emotions versus discipline. Right? When to hold back your emotions and have a more responsible perspective, and when to be focusing on your well-being rather than doing what you should be doing. That is the balance this reading is talking about, and I think this is what you have been spending your time doing. A lot of time you have spent in trying to figure out that where is it that I need to be responsible, and where is it and how fulfilling your responsibilities I can feel happy as well. That is the kind of balance you're looking at, and I think you have achieved it, because since we have got the Queen and King, it means that the energy is, you've got a mature outlook now, or you are on the way of developing that maturity towards emotions versus the duties, responsibilities, intuition versus being practical and logical. I think you're working on getting a balance, and I think so far you have succeeded to a large extent, and you can see how you are able to handle your life and things in this balanced manner, where you are catering to your emotional well-being as well as fulfilling all your duties, responsibilities, and following a little bit of discipline between both these, not being overtly emotional and not being overtly responsible, practical and logical. You've got the Ship. Oh, see what a coincidence. Water, there's a ship here, there's a ship here, there's water everywhere. So yes, it's a reading which talks of emotions and starting a new journey. It's about starting a new journey. It's like a voyage. You have kind of just surrendered to this entire journey of starting anew, regarding bringing a balance between your practical, logical side and your intuitive, emotional side, your male energies and your female energies. You're on a new journey. You're starting off with a new balance. The Mountain and the Child. So, the mountain talks of, hurdles, it talks of obstacles, probably that is what, and blocks. So, I think there were certain blocks, which you were working towards healing and resolving, which were preventing you from moving forward. You had this urge that, you need to bring about a change in your life, and you need to balance your masculine and feminine energies, your intuition as well as your logic, your feelings as well as your responsibilities. And you felt that, that was something which was a bit of an obstacle for you in your life. You were not able to get a grip on that. But now, the transformation is happening. You're coming back into childlike, happy, joyous energy, right? Child is, it is that young energy which can, and this depiction over here with, butterflies talks of transformation, talks of, being happy in your moment and getting a balance. Children are like that, they never get to, they don't have this thing of, what am I doing and why am I doing? I'm just doing something because it makes me happy. So I think those are the kind of blocks and hurdles you're overcoming, that, why am I doing things when I don't feel happy? Or when I feel happy, I feel a little, that, I feel that I'm not doing my duty. So that kind of a conflict is getting resolved for you. That is that aspect between, that aspect of you is, getting aligned, it's getting balanced, you're finding that healing, you know how to look after yourself emotionally, and you know when to be logical, practical and disciplined. You are, I think all of you have been experiencing this healing coming into you. You have been putting in this effort and you have achieved it. Had the balance not been there, I wouldn't have got, this mature energy of the same suit. I would have got, probably something else, maybe knights, maybe prince as in the pages. No, you have reached that maturity, you have reached that, you've got that balance in both your in both aspects of your personality. Let's get a little guidance for you. Ignore the opinions of others. Yes, probably, sometimes it does happen. We do get influenced by what others are saying. But I think, you withdrew from all of them to find your own balance. And you need to continue to, put this aside and just see, what works for you. Love and respect yourself. Yes, so if I think you should draw your own boundaries. You should know what makes you happy, rather than have people telling you that this is not the way to be happy. So it's like everybody's lives are different, they are operating from someplace else, and so are you. So I think that's what you need to just brush aside, what their somebody else's idea of happiness and somebody else's idea of responsibility and practicality, right? So just see, because the kind of skills, talents, abilities you have, you have to work your energies with that. You cannot work on somebody else's, timetable for you, because they have a different, you know I mean, their life is different from yours. So just see what works for you, and if that makes you feel happy, if it gives you very good vibes, then that is what you must do, because that is, how we love and respect ourselves, when we do everything which makes us happy and feel comfortable and in good vibes. Your truth is personal to you. So yes, that's what it says. Now ignore the happiness of the opinions of others. So your truth is yours and their truth is theirs. What they are telling you is right, works for them, but you are not them, they are not you. So if it works for them, well and good, but you are a different person with different abilities, different needs, different requirement, a different journey. So you probably cannot live your life through somebody else's perspective. This is what your reading is telling you. So just don't worry about, what worry. I think you should not even listen to what, just completely ignore what somebody is saying, and just see what makes you happy. Just follow that, and because that is your own truth. So that was the reading, and if you like the reading, do subscribe to the channel for regular updates. Thank you so much for watching.